Okay, Johnny, this one's got your number on it. Let's jam.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another CinemaJam Mini Jam, I guess, today. We're not going to be doing this week a CinemaJam Versus. Normally on Wednesday, we do record the CinemaJam Versus. But because of the passing of Rob Reiner, we decided to do a Rob Reiner special. And we're going to talk about our favorite movies of Rob Reiner, but I think we're going to dedicate a little special something to The Princess Bride that actually both Pablo and I think is his best movie. But he has a huge catalog of movies, and not only as a director, as a writer, as a producer, but also as an actor. Yes, he has some, in some cases, memorable short parts in movies like the
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Thank you. I was going to, yeah, that was the one I was going to say, The Wolf of Wall Street.
It's really funny.
The New Girl is actually another very funny one where he plays the father of the main character. The Good Fight. I mean, I'm not very familiar with like his first, like I think he did 10 years in a sitcom called All in the Family, but he's supposed to be very good on that one. But Pablo and I, we grew up in Colombia in the 80s, so I don't think it was ever show in Colombia in the 80s, maybe in the 70s, but that's too far for our for our time, even for us. Okay, as always, I'm Sebastian Gomez, and from Austin, Texas. And where are you, Pablo?
So yeah, hi everyone. Pablo Velez, usually from Montreal, Canada. These days I'm in Medellin, Colombia. I'm surviving a cold, really tough flu actually. So I apologize if my voice sounds a bit weird today, but those are the consequences.
Yeah, it's been bad. It has been bad here in the Gomez household as well. The two kids just go through that. My wife and me are also like in the middle of, okay, maybe we got it, maybe we don't. You never know what are you going to get, but yeah. And you were traveling, so you had more possibilities of getting caught up with something awful. Okay, so Rob Reiner, this is a film director mostly, born in 1947, and he died in December 14 of 2025. It seems to be a very sad passing because he was not only killed, but his wife as well. I'm not going to comment on who's the principal suspect right now, but if people can Google it and find out.
Yeah, we're not going to comment on that.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's just a sad passing because both of them, his wife and him, they were actually very liberal activists, and they were very open-minded, and they fought they were very active in the political landscape. So it's actually not only a big loss for Hollywood or for filmmaking or film history, but also in the political aspect. You need everything that you can get from when the times are hard or times are changing. I think we agreed to that his first movie, his first real theatrical movie, is one of the biggest classics, not only in terms of musical, but basically define a genre by itself, and that is This Is Spinal Tap from 1984. I mean, is there anything to say?
It's a great movie, and offline, I share with Sebas a link to an article that did a bit of an analysis of the best moments of Rob Reiner as an actor, as a director, and they highlighted This Is a Spinal Tap for very peculiar reasons, Sebas. I don't know if you had the chance to read the article. And I never thought about it. The person who wrote it, and this was published in The Guardian in the UK, said that the thing that he or she valued the most about the movie is that it shed a different light into the world of rock. It kind of demystified rock bands, because in the 70s, like like Led Zeppelin, for example, the whole movie is it's mocking Led Zeppelin. I mean, come on, it's like way too obvious.
Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith. I mean,
But
Aerosmith
especially,
appears in the
but
in
especially
the
Led Zeppelin, like with all their, um, over the top aspirations with Celtic folklore and I don't know what, all of that is being turned into a comedic act in the movie. So
he turns
what
into 11 basically, as the saying goes.
exactly it goes all the way up to 11. I love that scene, by the way, or the one where he actually like does hums the sustain, like and then he holds the note like for minutes. That's like, so that's beautiful. But what I was going to say is that and I never thought about it, like before that movie, before This Is a Spinal Tap, rock stars, like these big groups, were seen as this kind of like distant, godlike, um
Mythical, yeah.
mythical groups of people that you couldn't really like relate to, but you had to watch from a distance and just like adore musically. But he just brought them back down to earth, made fun of them, and I think, and I agree with the person who wrote this in the Guardian, that that's the biggest strength of that movie.
Yeah, it's interesting because there were some documentaries. Martin Scorsese did a famous documentary on a rock band before this. Led Zeppelin did. No, I mean, I think it's I think it's in Rotten Tomatoes. There is the Led Zeppelin documentary. I don't remember the name right now. It's like 4 on Rotten Tomatoes. Is so bad, and it was the biggest band in the 70s, right?
The song remains the same.
The song remains the same. I think it's like 4 or 5 in Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't watched it, to be honest, but it was so interesting when I saw it because it was re-released in Tubi, I think, not long ago, and it was available there. And I checked the Rotten Tomatoes, and oh, interesting. And they released a new one. I think The Last Song or something like that in Netflix this year. So. But the thing is that, we were getting those documentaries, but it was before MTV. So, as you say, they were these huge, people thought they were gods, and people were following them around, driving around the United States or other countries to following the tour buses. And when you see this, and it's so close to reality, and they chose some famous musicians in that one, it's just wonderful how he portrays and bring them down to earth. I think the person got it right. And basically, I think this is the year that MTV launched. Even more, they started to get down to earth.
It was a good coincidence.
Yeah. So after that, he did The Sure Thing. I haven't watched that one, so I have no idea. The Stand By Me, I watched it many years ago. I barely remember a little bit of it. And in 1987, he did The Princess Bride, and it was very interesting because he was taking a book that was very popular from the 10 or 15 years before, and he redefined a genre that has basically been lost in time. And it was that type of swashbuckler from the error film from the 1930s, or the golden era of studio filmmaking that we haven't seen in 80 years, basically. I mean, because if you look into it, I mean, this could also be like another Indiana Jones clone, right? Like another type from the style of movie. So it's very interesting to watch it, and I think we can go deep later into why we like this movie so much. But he has other classic movies. He did a very good world run when he started with The Princess Bride.
Okay, so Sebas, I think that what in my opinion is the most amazing thing that Rob Reiner did with this movie, and I agree with you, is that he did a complete rejuvenation, like a review, like a rebirth of that of the genre of all these Robin Hood like movies, like the Errol Flynn movie from the 30s, and he did it in a way that it didn't make it look at all.
Outdated, yeah.
Like
Not
outdated
outdated,
or
yeah.
cartoon is such a beautiful movie that is like so difficult to explain why how it works in like so many levels, like for so many people. Is not just Sebastian and I. Like this is a must-have movie in everyone's like list of all-time bests, and I think it has to do with how pure and innocent the whole script is. It's about, from one side, the romantic side, true love and all this, but there's also the I've always loved Mandy Patinkin, like Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Uh, he's my favorite like actor. I mean, I haven't seen many of his movies, but the performance that he gives in this movie is outstanding, and his whole quest to avenge his father is something that every kid resonates with them. Like you're protecting your family, you're trying to go back and get the bad guy. It's so simplistic, obviously, but it works so well. I think that's where the strength lies in how he makes like the basic premises behind the story of the Princess Bride shine like so strongly.
I think, I mean, let's go deep in The Princess Bride, and later we can talk about the other movies. I think it deserves it. We're going to dedicate most of our time to The Princess Bride. But that has something interesting, because I was looking some of the extras in Apple TV, in my library. I have it in my library. Yeah, and it's interesting to see him talk about how much of himself he put in the role, because his father died 20 years before the movie, of cancer, and basically when he was fighting the Count, I don't remember his last name right now, the Count Rugen,
Yeah,
played by Christopher Guest, and another great
amazing performance.
performance. He's like when he's fighting him, he feels he put he's
You can tell
fighting
that.
cancer,
Yeah,
and
you can totally see that.
it's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and
It's beautiful.
it's a simple phrase, My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. There was
Like
a
yeah.
little trivia. When I was a kid, I was always, surprised how Spanish his pronunciation sounded, because he sounds like he's actually Spanish, like the way
And he's not.
he's not, he's Greek. And
Yeah.
then like later in my years, when I got to meet Greek people and I heard them like talking in Greek between them, I thought it was Spanish. And I was like all happy, like approaching like this guy. It was when I was studying in Belgium, and then I went to talk to them, and they were like, "Elare, la, la, la." Like, "Elare, no, that doesn't sound like Spanish. This is Greek." So that's when I realized that the way the vowels and the consonants sound in Greek is very similar to Spanish, and hence why Mandy Patinkin was the best choice ever to play Inigo Montoya.
Well, if they could have gotten a real Spaniard, I wouldn't complain. But he's fine.
No, it works perfect. It worked
He
perfect
did
because
a great job. He did a
it
great
gives it
job.
like this extra dramatic tone that no Antonio Banderas or I don't know what was famous in the
No, at the
80s.
time, yeah.
Yeah, imagine
Someone
the
I don't know
movie.
who was famous at the time. Yeah, to be
Imagine
honest.
like Chich Marin or something like that. No, that would destroy the whole movie. No way.
Maybe Ricardo Montalban. I don't know.
No. A big no.
No. So the cast in the general. So obviously Patinkin is special. I love Andre the Giant. I think he's wonderful in this movie. He's so mild mannered. He has a lot of chemistry with everyone. Like you feel like you just have to love him. That big, lovable giant, and I always find him fascinating. What about the meta design of the movie? Because we start with Fred Savage and Peter Falk, the great Peter Falk.
The great Peter Falk.
So it's a multi-generational story because Peter Falk is reading to his grandson the fictional story of The Princess Bride by William Goldman. That he also wrote the script. So it's beautiful because we cut in in a lot of places that, oh, this is happening in the story, and Fred Savage is like, this is a kissing book. He's great. He's lovely. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that when I watch it with my kids, my older got obsessed with this one. So I watched it at least 10 times, like a couple of years ago. We even got the board game. They have a book board game. We never played a lot because it was a little bit hard for them, but I might
Try again.
undust it and get it, try to play it again with them now they are older. Yeah. But is there any other of the characters that appear there that you like?
Vizzini, the evil genius. I mean, he's such an amazing, preposterous, over the top villain that is. I mean, you can tell that the actor, I'm forgetting his name right now, had a
Wallace
really.
John.
Thank you. He had a blast. He was having the time of his life playing him. The scene where they are doing the poison guessing, it's beautiful. I mean, it's wonderful. Like that scene alone is like that. There are like so many good scenes in the movie. So, but this one stands out to me.
Not many actors can pull that off. I mean,
yeah,
it's because he has to speak really fast, and at least he didn't try to do. One of the things I have to admire, except Mandy Patinkin, nobody tries to pull an accent. So I have to be happy with that. Not even Andre the Giant.
Well, the funny thing, and the other performance that it always cracks me, is Billy Crystal as
unrecognizable. Yeah,
as the magician. Who's trying to revive
Miracle Man.
Miracle Man, thank you. That's trying to revive Cariel's character. So he talks like with this like thick New York accent in the middle of like this medieval ages story, which is so funny. And the way he just delivers, he's also having a lot of fun. And you could read, I mean, if you look like a trivia in IMDb, like Rob Reiner, I think the legend says that he broke like a rib from laughing like so much during like the shooting of that scene or something like that.
Patinkin broke his rib. He say in the documentary today, and like, oh, okay. Rob Reiner had to leave he set it up, and he had to leave when they were shooting because he will always laugh and break the scene. And actually, William Golden is also famous because he laughed or he got worried and screamed during the shooting, and they had to take him out like a couple of times.
What about Sebas? What do you think about the main leads?
Okay, I just want to say that Carol Kane, that is the magician, the Miracle Max,
the
wife, is also great. She's
great.
a great comedian. It's not as improvised as Billy Crystal. You can tell Billy Crystal is improvising all the time, but she's amazing as well.
It reminded me, Sebas, it reminded me of her performance in Scrooge. When she's like when she's the fairy.
Yes.
It's amazing. The same approach. It's the same approach, which is beautiful. I mean, she's an
underappreciated. Yeah, and she always puts so much energy in every movie that she made. That
she does.
Is great. Well, I mean, I love Robin Wright because of the Netflix series House of Cards, and took me a while to realize that she was the Princess Bride. And I mean, she has to be very mellow in the movie, but she's very beautiful. I'm not going to deny that she was beautiful. But everyone around her, even Cary Elwes as Wesley, has much more personality. Chris Sarandon as the prince. The king I don't remember his name right now, but the king is great. Like when he tells everyone that he kissed me. He was amazing. Wilbury Gray, the king. I think she's I'm not going to deny. She's the princess. She needs to be rescued. She is the least interesting character in the movie, to be honest.
But but I think in her defense, she did what she had to do for that character.
Yeah,
That's what
they needed
that's what
someone like her. Yeah,
that was the role. That was what the role was calling for. She couldn't, outshine Wesley, nor the prince, nor any of the other supporting characters. So she played her part really well. And like you said, Sebas, this was at a time when she was really young, Robin Wright, fresh looking, and I've always defended her performance. I think it's great.
I think she's pretty good. But around the time that Legend came out and Labyrinth came out, so we were starting to see those princesses or those leading ladies to have more character. So I'm actually surprised that they didn't give her a little more to do. She was, the whiny princess. Like, did you send the letters? Did you send them? Did you? She asked the prince like 3 times about the letters, and she doesn't do anything about it. She disappears for 10 minutes and come back and ask about the letters. And so yes, I understand it was needed for her. She did a great job with what she had, but it's one of the most disappointing parts of the movie still, because we were getting Labyrinth in that time. We were getting the Legend with Tom Cruise. So we were getting those, same age, the great actresses of the time. What is the name of the one from Legend? Is the one that we love from Dark City, Jennifer Connelly.
No, Jennifer Connelly is from Labyrinth.
Oh, from Labyrinth. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I always get them mixed up. But yeah, Jennifer Connelly does a great job in Labyrinth. So it's like, okay, we could have gotten somebody better. But
So-
it's still an amazing movie. Yeah.
Just before we move on to another movie or special moment from Rob Reiner, I have a question for you. What happened to Cary Elwes? What happened to his career as a, leading man, like larger than life, Tom Cruise, like, leading man? He had everything. He had the looks, he had the performance abilities, because he's a great actor, and he did have some good movies afterwards, but I don't know, you could feel that he was destined to do more, but he didn't get there. Is this like maybe the subject for another episode of CinemaJam?
Maybe we can look into that. I know that some people made fun of it. Actually, it's famous. Not long ago, I actually saw a Family Guy YouTube video talking about the history of with Cary Elwes, because he never got that big break after this one, and everyone was supposed to find him. But I mean, he's still very active. He has more than 141 credits, and most of them are after. Yeah, he only had 10 credits before The Princess Bride, so maybe he never really got into it. I mean, I remember him from. He focused a lot of comedy, right? He was the against him in Hot Shots. He was, well, we remember him from Dracula. He was the the husband of the bride that you like so much. He's barely recognizable because he has like the beard and the not the beard, the mustache. I remember I love his performance in Robin Hood Men in Tights. So yeah, I mean,
If you ask
see
me,
him around.
if you ask me, even though I really like Robin Hood Men in Tights, I think that's what killed his career. Because he could have
Maybe.
become like a serious actor, but he did that, and that was a huge flop, even though it's a really funny movie. But no one took him seriously.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. No, yeah, it's probably that. I mean, I think he focused too much on comedy at the beginning of his career, and he probably should have, tried to look for different types of performances. I mean, if you look at the beginning, I mean, he was always like the antagonist, in Days of Thunder, another Tom Cruise movie. He was in there, in Glory. I mean, he did a lot of movies at the beginning, but he was never like that I actually forgot he was in Twister. I'm looking at his
Yeah.
career, and in Liar Liar, I mean, he did a lot of comedies. It's just that he was like not the main character, but like the antagonist. But
Let's leave this as a topic for another
we
CinemaJam
should look into
episode.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah, we definitely should look into it.
What do you want to talk about now, Sebas? What would be like the next Rob Reiner highlight?
So, I mean, I love When Harry Met Sally. I think it's one of the best comedies ever, especially because it also doesn't follow the typical structure of a comedy. It takes a while they meet basically at the start of the movie, but it takes a while for them to connect, become friends, and what happens. But he introduces a lot of different like that split screen. I think the use of the split screen of two characters talking in different locations, the way he did it at the time, nobody else has been able to replicate. I mean, last year, The Fall Guy had a similar scene that was pretty good, but it's difficult to replicate. And that's the thing, he was able to find interesting things in genres that were very popular. And I think you should talk. I haven't watched the next one that we're going to talk about. It's another Stand By Me is a Stephen King property or intellectual property. Misery is another one, and I know you like it and you love it a lot. And we should do a podcast about it because I haven't watched it.
You haven't seen Misery?
I haven't seen Misery. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's torture porn, so
this is an important message to our viewers. We have our first movie of 2026 in the list. We're gonna see Misery by Rob Reiner, based on the Stephen King book. That is a masterpiece of, I wouldn't say necessarily horror. I mean, it's a really scary movie, but it's more about the tension, like everything that goes around the kidnapped writer. You'll see, Sebas, is an amazing movie. It's great. It's great.
I know what happens in the movie. I have seen some scenes of it, but it's one of those, Simpsons have ruined the movie.
I mean, everyone ruins it. It's like the axe moment in The Shining. Like everyone knows it, even if they haven't seen the movie. So we know what happens here. But
that should be an interesting one. Simpsons ruin it for me, and we can put that one and another classic movies about it. That can be an interesting genre.
Yeah, true. No, one last thing about Misery is that I don't know many horror movies from Rob Reiner, to be very honest. I don't think he did many of them, but he had a lot of confidence when he made Misery. And I think that helped the movie not be so straightforward and be more about a drama, a tension drama between two people that are locked in this cabin for most of the movie. And I think that's what helped, bring to film what Stephen King was aiming to do in the book. I also read the book, and the movie is way better than the book, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting to look into that. I know
that's my humble opinion.
Yeah, and Misery is one of those in my list to someday watch it. So if we dedicate that genre, we look into maybe doing it in January. We should look into it. Maybe in the Versus, maybe find another Versus that we can do, or maybe we can do in the main episode. I'd really like to watch it, to be honest. It's just that, I know it can be a strong movie, so that's the problem. So the next one is another classic, especially a court drama, and it's A Few Good Men. He gets probably one of the best performances from Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, and definitely Jack Nicholson. He got an Oscar for this one, and it's an amazing movie.
No, Sebas, you can't handle the truth.
I can't handle.
You can't handle the truth.
It's just a classic. Yeah, he.
Classic line.
Rob Reiner is a great writer. So some of those lines, maybe he didn't write the movie, but you can tell that he was able to
up that wall. You need me up on that wall. So great.
He's so good. Yeah, it's a great movie. If anyone, and it looks like a military movie, but no, it's a core drama and it's worth watching. North, to be honest, I don't think there is many things to talk about it. It's a comedy, not a very successful comedy about a kid. It's kind of like a fairy tale. I remember watching it, but not much. I watched the trailer today and like, oh, I think I watched that one. American President is the next one from 1995. It's a great movie. It's a romantic comedy. It's kind of a romantic comedy and a drama. It has a lot of information about the politics in the United States, and I enjoy it a lot. With when I was trying to remember, I knew he did one of the two president movies that I like. The other one is Dave, that is a pure comedy. The American President is the romance and comedy. So Dave is the one with Sigourney Weaver, and this one is with
Annette Bening.
Annette Bening, thank you, and Michael Douglas, and both of them I like a lot. I know it's not for everyone, so but I like politics. I was in politics for a long time, so I always appreciate this type of movies. So I recommend it. It's not for everyone, but I really like it. Have you watched Coast of Mississippi?
Nope.
No, okay.
No,
I think from there, he started to go down a little bit. Rumor has it it was a success. It was a very popular movie, like a retelling from The Graduate. So a lot of people like it. I know at least I have watched it a couple of times with my wife, and it's an enjoyable comedy. And from the latest movies, I think I could recommend Albert Brooks Defending My Life. Is a documentary about the life of Albert Brooks. It's a very good one. I mean, Albert Brooks was a very influential, he's still a very influential filmmaker. It's just that he's not very active. He only makes a movie every 10 or 20 years, kind of like Terrence Malick, but he's always putting his comment there. And Pablo and I haven't watched Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. We will probably...
Now we have extra motivation to find it and see it.
Yeah, maybe we should do January just dedicated to Rob Reiner. I think it should be, yeah. And there will be his last movie, actually. It will be Spinal Tap at Stonehenge, the final finale. So it will be interesting to see what we can, what he still has in store for us. Yeah, Rob Reiner is a sad loss. I'm not going to deny. And
it's a big loss. Yeah. It's a big loss, and it's someone that shaped our youth, especially with movies like The Princess Bride, and also with A Few Good Men. I think those are the ones that stand out. And obviously, This Is Spinal Tap. And I mean, I don't want to minimize his legacy because he's huge. He's extremely large, but his highs were like so high that they are now part of the popular zeitgeist, like the popular, catalog. And what Sebastian and I wanted to do in this podcast was really celebrate his legacy, remember him, mourn him in a way by highlighting his best moments, and recommending to our viewers, our CinemaJam podcast viewers, recommending them to go out and see as many movies as you can from Rob Reiner.
Even as an actor, he did great job as well. He was very active as an actor. He always had small roles, like sometimes just appear for a couple of minutes, but you always remember him. We were talking about The Wolf of Wall Street and New Girl, but he appeared in a lot of movies and doing small cameos. Definitely find him, look for his catalog. You're always going to find something interesting and something different. He was always able to redefine a genre, and that's what made him special. So, okay, everyone, subscribe, share the podcast, leave your comments. We want to hear about your comments. And well, I think we already have a topic for January. I think it was going to be worth exploring that. So if you want suggestions of which movies we should discuss, please add them to our comments. Especially, we read the comments in YouTube or Facebook, where you can search for us as CinemaJam. But until next time, keep jamming about movies.
Thanks, everyone. Till next time.